We have a lot more distractions and a lot more vices that we have to confront.
Absolutely.
Right?
That we may not even know are vices.
Yeah.
Because it's almost like it's integrated into our daily routine.
It's within our culture.
Yeah. And we may have not even addressed or even reflected on the fact that it could be a vice.
Definitely. And I like simple vices, right? Like, what are some of the main vices that you see in our culture? Huh?
Scrolling.
Sorry?
Scrolling, social media,
Yeah.
scrolling. I myself have almost no social media platforms. I can take a look at my phone, and I think the only 3 that are on there is Snapchat, Facebook, and LinkedIn. I try to stay completely away from social media. In my personal opinion, I think it could be a huge distraction, and instead of having to allocate X amount of time for it or have to fight that urge to just want to be on social media, but I know I should be doing better things, I've just completely eliminated it. I sometimes enjoy taking the just completely eliminate it from your lifestyle approach.
Cold turkey.
Cold turkey, absolutely.
I think they should discuss social media a bit. For me, I reached a stage in my life where I did that. So in 2017, I removed all my social media platforms. Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, everything was 0. And it was beautiful. I loved life, right? But the one thing that I kind of was missing out on was the potential to reach for the potential for a message to reach a larger audience.
That's
right?
Absolutely.
And to have influence, right? And what I've done to kind of my strategy around social media and time management is that I put up safeguards, right, in place.
Nice.
That I only use social media for educational purposes and for producing. I just want to be a producer of high quality content.
Pump out the content, absolutely.
Not just random pictures, right? Or these bits and pieces of insignificant information, right? But high quality content.
That's fantastic. And don't get me wrong, like there's certain content that you can consume that's absolutely great. Like not everything has to be super educational. You can still consume content that's entertaining. Just it can't be in excess. You have to strike that balance. And when I do say, I don't have a bunch of social media platforms, I do still consume content. Like I consume your content, I watch your videos. There's certain people there's certain people on YouTube that I watch. Like I still actively use LinkedIn. So you're absolutely right. You have to strike that balance for sure.
Definitely. What's another vice that you could think of?
Another vice. I think nutrition can be one. And when I say nutrition, I think sort of indulging in foods that may not contribute positively to your health. And like I alluded to with social media, anything in excess it's going to wreak havoc on your body, on your mind. So you really need to strike a balance again. Equilibrium is important in everything. And I see a lot of people, and they're all around our age, so we're young. Our metabolism is still firing, thankfully.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed, exactly. And they think that they can just eat whatever they want and they'll lose weight or they'll maintain their body composition. Well, fun fact for you, it doesn't always stay like that, unfortunately. So I think it's a habit that you can form at a young age. And it'll carry forward when you're older, and you need that habit in place the most. So I definitely think food selection can be a bad vice, especially like junk food or processed foods. I know you're very, very, very into nutrition. I know you're a keto enthusiast.
Yeah.
So why don't you talk a little bit about food vices?
I've just gotten into a bit of minimalism, right? Which when people think of minimalism, they think of things like cars and just, belongings. But I think minimalism can really transcend and transpire into our diet as well, because minimalism is basically being very intentional with what you are consuming or have, and similarly that goes on to your food, right? And I think food, like if you look at the Western diet, it's very heavy in terms of, the calorically, first of all, it's very heavy, right? And it's empty calories.
Of course. Yeah.
Its calories are empty, right? In the same way, when you look at your belongings, or you look at even the information that you're consuming. Yeah, if you're on Instagram for an hour, as compared to reading a book for an hour, that 1 hour on Instagram is like empty calories as compared to the other information in that book.
If you're solely
so
just
dense.
consuming, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I can understand what you're saying. Yeah, absolutely.
So I think consumption from a diet perspective, from your belongings, and also from an information perspective, we need to practice minimalism in all these forms.
I like that approach. I really, really like that approach. Another vice that comes to mind is actually, and it's something that I sort of struggle with, is actually surrounding yourself with the right people. So you may have past friendships where you grew up together and you have that bond, but you've reached a point in your life where you just want more. You feel like you need to surround yourself with people that are going to help you, that are going to help propel you to that point that you'd like to be at. And I think removing some of the people that don't allow you or maybe hold you back from reaching that point in your life, that needs to be done.